Good morning, guys. It's Thursday morning, and I'm here in the first chapter of Joshua. I'm going to read a couple of verses quickly. Now, chapter 1, it says, After the death of Moses, the Lord's servant, the Lord spoke to Joshua, son of Nun, Moses' assistant. He said, Moses, my servant, is dead. Therefore, the time has come for you to lead these people, the Israelites, across the Jordan River into the land I am giving them. I promise you what I promised Moses. Whatever you set foot, you will be on land I have given you, from the Negig wilderness in the south to the Lebanon mountains in the north, from the Euphrates River in the east to the Mediterranean Sea in the west, including all the lands of the Hittites. No one will be able to stand against you as long as you live. For I will be with you as I was with Moses. I will not fail you or abandon you. Now, here at the beginning of Joshua, we have the takeover. Moses was dead. Moses has served God faithfully several years and brought the people out of Egypt. And here Joshua was now taking over. As we know, Moses went up and the Bible says that God buried him. And so God was able to had to tell them, look, Moses is dead. And he said to Joshua, you are taking over. And you don't have to worry about taking over. I'm going to be with you. The same promises I made to Moses is the same promises I am making to you. Now, a couple of things quickly. One was the fact that Joshua was fully qualified to take over because he had been Moses' servant faithfully for more than 40 years, learning, observing, knowing the things and the promises that God had already made. And so he was well and fit to take over because of the things that he had learned as he understudied. And there are times when we aspire to leadership positions or maybe, higher economic situations or financial situations. One of the things we got to remember is that we got to prepare ourselves. You didn't see in this here, God says, okay, now Joshua, I'll prepare you to take over. He knew that Joshua was already prepared. And when Joshua was fully prepared, he was given the opportunity. And so many times we need to ensure that we are fully prepared so that when that opportunity comes, we'll be able to flow smoothly into that position. And the same thing on the other hand, it's always a good thing to ensure that we have somebody understudying us when it comes to leadership, somebody around us assisting, seeing, observing, so that whenever we move on to higher heights, then that person will be well equipped and able to take over that leadership position. But I just want to implore you to take note of that fact. He was ready. Are you ready? Are you ready for those positions of leadership that you want God to give to you? Are you ready for that higher financial position? Have you been managing your money in such a way that you've been prudent and God can say, hey, listen, I can give you this person $1 million, $5 million, $10 million, because whenever I give them 100,000 or 500,000, they handle it well. We've got to ensure that we're prepared for the bigger blessing, for the higher position of leadership, for further along our road of destiny. Ensure that we pay attention to those who are already doing it. If you're aspiring to be, whether it's a singer or, a manager or whatever, observe the people, make sure you're there to observe the people who are already doing that thing, so that when you get there, you understand what it entails. You know fully well what it is you have to do. And of course, always remember, he says, and I will not abandon you. I will not leave you. I'll be there. There's always the guidance of God. Now, when you get there, okay, now I've arrived. Yeah, me alone. Remember that you will still always need God to keep guiding you along that way. You will need God's divine guidance to ensure that what you do prosper and really and truly become the best that it can be, and you become the best that you can be. That's my word of encouragement today. Remember, God loves you, and I do too. Have a terrific Thursday.